Hello and welcome everybody. In Avengers Endgame, Thanos single-handedly beats Thor, Iron Man and Captain America. It was pretty much game over for the team had the other heroes not arrived to save the day. In Endgame, Thanos doesn't have a single Infinity Stone, whereas Thor has the same Stormbreaker, which not only took down Thanos in Infinity War, but also killed him in the beginning of the movie. And then we have Captain America, who is now worthy to lift Thor's Mjolnir. And thanks to his amazing hand-to-hand combat skills, he uses the Mjolnir and his Vibranium shield to create some awesome combo attacks. Then finally, there is Tony Stark with his bleeding edge armor, the same Tony who had earlier made Thanos bleed. So when three of them take on Thanos, who didn't even have a single Infinity Stone, it was easy to conclude then that Thanos won't last long. But in Endgame, the result is quite the contrary. Thanos almost kills Thor with the Stormbreaker and then destroys Captain America's shield and knocks Iron Man out. How is Thanos able to do these things? We are going to discuss exactly this, but before we get into it, here is some good news. We are currently giving away one Iron Man and one Captain America collectible. All you need to do is subscribe to the channel, and if we hit 40,000 subscribers before the end of May 2019, then I will be giving away one 1+7 to a lucky subscriber. So yeah, if you enjoy Marvel and superhero content, then welcome to the channel and be a part of the journey. And in case you have any questions, then feel free to message me on Instagram. So now with that out of the way, let's get this video started.
I know I said no more surprises, but I was really hoping to pull off one last one.
A lot of people have been asking me, how come Thanos is so strong in Endgame and why is Thor so underpowered? Well, to understand why the Marvel's Trinity, that is Cap, Iron Man and Thor, lost to Thanos in Avengers Endgame, all we have to do is consider their state of minds. Let's start with Thanos first. In Avengers Infinity War, Thanos is on a mission to collect all the Infinity Stones so that he can wipe out half of all the living creatures. He considers his self-defined mission his holy destiny. When he acquires the second Infinity Stone, he even sheds off his armor, and from that point forward, Thanos is not a ruthless killer, but a changed man who is on a holy mission to balance the universe. He is a psychopath who considers himself to be the chosen one. Thanos believed in himself, and he knew that he would accomplish what he had set out to do. He avoids killing unless absolutely necessary, and since he was going to kill half of the universe at random without any bias, he left the fate of his enemies to the snap. So in Infinity War, when Thanos is fighting the Avengers on Titan and Wakanda, he is not necessarily going for the kill. Had this been his intention, he would have done that in a blink, considering all the Infinity Stones that he had at his disposal. Thanos just wanted to get hold of all the stones, and since the Avengers were not willing to cooperate, he had to beat them to pulp to get what he wanted. In simple terms, Thanos was holding back quite a bit. In Infinity War, he was not the ruthless killer that he had been in the past, but rather a man on a divine mission. But things take a drastic turn in Avengers Endgame. 2014 Thanos is not the 2018 Thanos. He has been killing people planet by planet, and when he learns about his future, at first he is content that he had achieved his goals. But when he finds out that Avengers are working to undo his life's greatest mission, Thanos no longer wants to balance the universe. Rather, he wants to destroy and shred all of the universe to mere atoms. This is a radical change in his motivations. In Endgame, when Thanos is fighting the Avengers, he is desperate and he unleashes his full fury on the Trinity. Avengers had no idea what Thanos was really capable of. Earlier they had made the saint version of Thanos, but in Endgame they are against the ruthless Mad Titan, who is now furious that some low-life creatures are trying to undo his destiny. Thor, Cap and Tony face the full fury of the Mad Titan, who is not only avenging his death, but also the fact that Avengers are trying to undermine his life's destiny. Now let's discuss the Avengers. What's wrong with Thor? Well, if you watched Endgame and didn't realize that something was wrong with Thor, then you haven't been paying attention. Thor is not in the right place emotionally. He is suffering from acute anxiety and guilt. His failures have weighed him down. He was not even sure that he was worthy anymore. Thor did have all the motivations to kill Thanos, since he had taken so much away from him, but Thor had already once done that 5 years before, and it didn't prove to be of any help then. Thor is limited by his state of mind. His mental blocks are keeping him from his peak strength. Russo brothers, the directors of Infinity War and Endgame, have explained that in an interview. And it's not that hard to understand. We know how important psychological well-being and self-motivations are in the real world, and it is more so evident in the world of sports. Tiger Woods' golf career is one of the best examples to consider. So yeah, it's not that Thor's powers have diminished, but it is just that he's not able to use them effectively. Thor's emotional vulnerability is the major reason why he's not able to channel his peak strength. And then there's the fact that all Thor has been doing for the last 5 years is drinking beer and playing Fortnite. Whereas 2014 Thanos is a skilled fighter who has been raging battles all over the universe. Thor might not have been at his best, but luckily the team had Cap. How Captain America lifts Thor's hammer? Well, if you have seen the first Thor movie, then you might know that Odin had put a spell on Mjolnir that whosoever is worthy shall have the powers of Thor. What makes Cap worthy is not some singular incident, but what his life has been till that point, and it has all been about sacrifice. Cap, with the help of Mjolnir, gives a real fight to Thanos, but sadly it just wasn't enough. To conclude things, the Trinity was fighting Thanos, who was not afraid to lash out and go for the kill. Thanos was furious, and he rained down his wrath on the Avengers, who hadn't done much fighting themselves for the last 5 years. Cap, Thor and Tony were lying low, living their lives trying to move on in the new world, and I don't think they were doing much Avengers level training and sharpen their fighting abilities. So yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to enter the giveaway.